So any questions from previous class? So did everyone able to complete the tasks which I have given in the previous class?
Yes, Sandeep.
Yes, yes, Sandeep.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with today's session. So before starting today's session, we will see what we covered in the previous class. Just once again. Yeah. So in previous class, we have covered loop sections. So we discussed exit loop for each loop condition, next loop. Okay. So next loop. So what is the use of next loop? Forces the next iteration of the block to take place, skipping any actions in between. It can be used within a loop condition, and for each. Okay. Exit loop terminates the loop and the flow resumes at the next action or statement following the loop. Okay, I have given shown you with the examples, and we already discussed for each, and also we discussed loop condition with separate examples. Okay, these are very important actions. Okay, and I've given the following tasks. So hope everyone has completed this all. Okay, so there is another activity here in the switch action is there in this only. Okay, so switch action will cover. And we'll move to the next topic. So switch action is it's same like Power Automate Cloud. The concept is same, but the settings will be different. Okay, we'll check the condition and we will have different cases in that. Okay, so switch, if I take switch. So here, if you search switch, see in conditionals, we have this switch. So we'll see conditional actions, what we have. Okay, case, default, case, else, case, default case, else if switch. So we already covered if, else. You already seen else if you, we will see what is else if. Okay. Okay, so let me drag and drop switch action. So here, so switch action, what it does. So based on the value which we provide here, whichever case it satisfies, okay, so whichever value it matches with the particular case, it will go into that case. Okay, for example, here you provide a condition or any value, and we will have different cases, right? Like default case, case 1, case 2, like that we can have a number of cases. And based on this value, whichever case it matches, it will go into that particular case and it will exit the switch. Okay, it will go into that particular case. If any actions are present in that case, it will execute those actions and it will come out of this switch. Okay, we'll see one example. Okay, I'll create a variable first. So for example, I'll create str bank. Okay, I'm creating a variable bank. Suppose I give SBI bank here like this, or else I'll just give SBI. Okay, SBI. Okay, so next, So based on the bank, I want to, so each bank will have unique IFSC code, right? Okay. Each bank will have, suppose for SBI, we will have the IFSC code starts with SBIN. For Kotak Mahindra Bank, it will start with KKBK, HDFC something like that. Okay. So for like that, right? So based on this value, it has to go into that particular case and select the IFSC. Okay, just starting letters I'm choosing here. Okay. So so our next condition will be switch. Okay. And what will be the input of the switch? The variable which we created. Okay, str bank. And we'll have default case. Okay. So default case will always be empty, or if you want to, if it doesn't match with any of the case, it will go to the default case. So same like Power Automate Cloud, how we have. If it doesn't match with any case, it will go to default case, and they generally throw some errors based upon our requirement. We'll do it should be empty, or else we will uh, can throw any exception. Okay, we'll see that how to throw exception in later classes, but now we'll just keep it empty. Okay, next. So default case we selected. Next we'll have case action also we have. So this is case one. So what will be, so here if it matches with SBI, suppose if the bank is SBI, okay, means this variable is SBI. A default statement can't after. Okay, so default case before only we should keep. Yeah. Yeah, now the error went off. So it has given error because after default case we are giving this case. So before default case only we should provide all the cases. Okay. So here next we considered Kotak Mahindra. So Kotak, I'll just give short name. Okay, Kotak, and another bank will take it like suppose HDFC. Okay. Now here I'll create another variable, set variable. So I have to assign. So if it matches SBI, for suppose SBI, so this SBI value is equal to this case. So it will enter into this one, and whichever actions we keep in it, okay, those will be executed and it will go to the end directly, and it will skip the other cases. Okay. And if it matches, if I give provide here in this variable bank, if I provide Kotak, then what will happen? It will come here, it will go to this case, and whatever actions is present in this case, those will execute and it will go to the end. If it doesn't match with any of these cases, it will go to the default case. Okay. Let me create a variable here. So what are we assigning here? str IFSC code. Okay, str means string. We can give it like that, or else a var variable IFSC, something meaningful name also we can give it. Okay. So here what I'm doing, so SBI. So it starts with SBIN. Okay, the first four letters I'm just sending. Okay, same I will give here also. So if you want to copy paste, if you want to paste it here, you should select the below action and Control V. It will enter here. Okay. I don't want to again drag and drop. I want to save some, I want to do it quickly. So I'm doing it fast like this. So here, which case we are in now? Kotak. Kotak means it starts with KKBK. Okay. And here we have HDFC. So again, I'll select again. Okay. So I'll again copy paste. Okay. And here I'll give HDFC, like it starts with suppose HDFC, HDF suppose be like this. Okay. And default case here I'm keeping it as empty. Generally we will keep it empty or throw error. So here I'm don't want to throw any error. I'll just keep it empty. Okay. Or else for just our understanding, we'll keep some display action and we'll just we'll assign some empty value here like this for just our understanding to see how it so when it will execute this one, we'll see like this. Okay. So I'll just keep it as empty. So how to keep empty value? That's it. This is empty. Okay. It doesn't have any value. And after this end, I will keep display action to display the IFSC code of the bank. Okay. Message box static, I'll just give it as result. And here IFSC code of, say I'm giving here dynamically, if you observe, STR bank is STR IFSC code like this. So when it prints IFSC code of whatever value it has for this variable, it will print along with, it will concatenate this IFSC code. Very simple concatenation in Power Automation. Okay. So I'll click on save. Now, so now tell me, if I execute this, which case it will enter? So here SBI we are having. Which case, with which case it matches this case, right? It matches this case. Since it matches this case, it will go into here. It will execute the actions which are present in this case. So in this case, we have only one action. It will assign this IFSC code SBIN, and it will come to end here, and it will display the message. Okay. So let me run this. So from the first action, I'll click on run from here. See, it directly came after executing this, it directly came here, and IFSC code of SBI is SBN like that. Okay. So I will keep a breakpoint and I will show you how the flow is flowing. Okay. I'll keep breakpoint here. Run from here. It will pause here. If I click on run next action, so it will go to the case it with. So it matches this case. It went to here. Now inside this case, it will go. It will execute the actions. Okay, because it matches with this case. Okay. So it has executed. Now it will directly go to the end. See, because it has completed. It has matched this case. It has executed the action. It went to the end, and switch action is done. It will, whatever actions present of the switch, those will be executed. Okay. So suppose if I, okay, here it is displaying this one. We'll click on OK. Now if I select, suppose HDFC. See, IFSC code of HDFC, HDFC like this. Now you understood, if the particular case matches, it will go into that particular case and it will execute the actions. Suppose I give some value which doesn't match with any case. So which case it will go? Suppose I give ICICI, which is not present here.
Default.
Yeah, ICICI. So it will go to the default case. See, it went to default. IFSC code of ICICI is here, it is showing empty because we have assigned an empty value. Okay. So like this, we can use switch. Okay. So this is the use of switch activity. If we have multiple cases, okay, if a value can match with, if we have only two, if it can have only two values, then we can go with if else. I mean, if condition, then and else block. But if if there are more than two possibilities, we need to go for switch, and we can create these cases like this. And you can provide the relevant actions into that case, which you want to execute. Okay. So switch activity dispatches execution to a different parts of the switch body based on the value of the expression. Okay, it will execute the different parts of the switch body based on the value of the expression. Okay. So same, it's the same like Power Automate Cloud switch only. The concept is same, but here we have the structure is different here. We need to use the case and default case actions also. If when we drag and drop this switch, we don't get this case and default case. You need to uh, drag and drop into the work into the flow. Okay, and the
Sandeep,
default case should always be at the last, or else it will throw errors. See, for example, 1 second, I will come to you. See, if I enter something like case, give something like this. See here, a default statement can't be after a case statement in a switch block. Okay, it should be at the last. So if I delete this, it will not show any error. It should be here only. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
so Sandeep, if we run like we see only SBI or we see only standalone something like HDFC or Kotak, if we want to see all three like SBI, Kotak, and HDFC, so we need to use three message blocks, right? But uh,
Why three message
how?
box you want to say? I
So
didn't
if
understand. Huh.
so, we saw only one, right? If we check for SBI, we see SBI IFSC code is
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So if we will run single time and we want to see the case of three, then
See, yeah. So what will be the requirement generally? You have some
mhm,
you have some person, and their bank is provided in the input data, and you want to get the IFSC code. Say person can have single bank. If he's having multiple, then you can loop it, right? You can keep this in switch in a loop for each loop. If he has three banks, first bank SBI,
mhm,
it will come here, loop it. First time it will get the SBI code. SBI FSC. In the second time, if we have some Kotak, it will loop second time, it will get the this one.
got it.
Got it?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So generally in input data, you might get banks and you want to get the IFSC. So it will be different for each bank. So in that case, here it will execute this portion when it comes. Suppose that person have ICICI or yeah, SBI like that. Then it will come here, it will check the switch statement and it will pick up the relevant case and it will get the IFSC code and it move on with that IFSC code and use it. Okay. Syntax error. Okay. So like that in real time, we might have requirements like that. Okay. So this is about switch. We already covered if. So if then else we have like that, right? Else if also we have. Okay. So else if means in if condition, then else two blocks. But if there are more than two blocks, then we can use else if. Okay. This one you can work on it. Okay. So generally we will have if else block. Okay. But if there are more than two scenarios, I mean, not only then and else, you might have multiple cases, then you can use else if. Okay. So you can work on it. It's very simple. And if you have any questions, we'll discuss. Okay. So conditionals and loops, very important. These almost in every use case, we will use it. Loops, conditions. Okay. So next we will start with, okay. So Sich, you can take the notes. It's very simple. Okay. You can work on that. So next we'll start with browser automation actions. So here you can see browser automation. Okay. So it this actions deals with web browser automation. Okay. So like opening the browser, specific browser, and starting a URL and navigate into a specific URL clicking on that UI elements, okay, and extracting the data from the UI element, something like that. Okay. So we'll see these actions. So most commonly used actions I'll discuss. Other actions you can work on it, and we'll see that. Okay. So let me create another flow, desktop flow. Okay. So here we have actions. So most commonly used actions, I will make a note of it and I'll explain one by one. Okay. Browser automation. Okay. So if we want to automate, so whenever you install uh, this Power Automate desktop, it will automatically install this extension. Okay, very, very important. So to identify the elements on the browser, it can be Chrome, Firefox. So generally, this Power Automate supports. Here you can see Internet Explorer, okay, Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Edge. It supports these 4 browsers. Okay. So whenever you install this desktop, Power Automate desktop, it will automatically install this extension. This extension is required to identify the UI elements on the web browser. Okay, here if you see, this is my Edge browser. Okay, so this is my Edge browser. Okay, so here if I go to the extensions, here you can see Microsoft Power Automate. You can see this is enabled. Okay, if you see, if I go to my manage extension, you can see it is enabled. Okay, so this extension will help to identify the elements on the browser. Okay, so whichever browser you are using, if you enable this one, so by default it will be enabled. If I disable this one, you will not be able to identify the UI elements. Okay, suppose if you want to perform a click on a sub button on that browser, if this is disabled, if you try to indicate that buttons, it will not be able to identify because extension will not was not installed or it is disabled. Okay, so this is very important. This extension should be enabled. By default, it will be enabled, but just for your knowledge purpose, I'm saying that what the purpose of that uh, extension, Microsoft Power Automate Edge extension. Edge, and when we are using Chrome also, it will automatically install it. It will, by default, we get it with the installation of Power Automate Desktop. Okay. Now here, so what is the first action we'll see here is launch. I'll explain only one action, that is in launch, I will explain one action. Launch new Microsoft Edge. So like that, we have launch new Microsoft, launch new Chrome, we will have launch new Firefox, we have launch new Internet Explorer, you have. Okay. So this action will help to launch a specific URL on a specified browser. Okay, suppose launch new Microsoft Edge is there. So it will in this action you can provide the URL which you want to open on the Microsoft Edge. Okay, so here this action will help to launch a new session. Okay, it will launch a new session with the specified URL. Okay, suppose let me create browser actions demo. Okay, so launch new Microsoft Edge I'm using here. So if you open here, you can see here launch mode is launch new instance, or else you can even attach to a running instance. Means if it is already, if there is already one session is opened, you can attach to the existing running instance also, or else you can launch a new one. Okay, launch new instance. I'll select here initial URL. So suppose I want to launch just google.com. Okay. And here you can see when you launch this browser with the specified URL, you will have the options like normal, maximized, minimized. If you want to open the session in whatever uh, size of the window. Okay, normal means it will open however we are opening it manually, it will open it like that. Maximized means if it is opened partially, like 70% of the screen it occupies. If you want to maximize it, then you can select maximize. Minimized means it will minimize and it will present in the taskbar, but it is in minimized state. Okay. So generally you can use maximized so that it will open on the total screen of your desktop or laptop. Okay. And here you can see a browser variable will be created. Okay. So the output of this action is browser variable. This browser variable is very, very important. This browser variable will be helpful for other actions in the browser automation. Like if you want to perform a click, you need to specify this browser. If you want to perform some uh, select an option like set a drop down, something like that, then also you need to use this browser option. Okay. So again, here in advanced, we'll have timeout. If you want to clear cache of that browser which you are opening, clear cookies, wait for page to load, all this will have actions and timeout. So generally we will have timeout 60 seconds. So it will wait for 60 seconds for the page to load. And if it doesn't load within that 60 seconds, what will happen is it will throw an error. Okay, here if you hover, you can again, if you have any doubts on the specified properties, you can just hover on this information, it will show. Specifies whether to clear the entire cache of the web browser right after launching it. Okay, if you have a requirement to clear the cache whenever you open a browser, you can select this one. Here I don't want to do that, so I'll disable this. Clear cookies. If you want to clear the cookies, you can enable this one. Wait for page to load. This will be selected by default, means toggled on by default. Okay, specify whether to wait for the new web page to load completely. If you unselect this, it will not wait for the page to load completely. It will directly go to the next action. Okay. And next we have timeout. If any pop-up occurs, so what you need to do? Do you want to close it? Do you want to press a button? Do nothing, like that. We have different options like this. Again, here we have another timeout here. Means if once you launch it and if that browser doesn't launch due to some, it got some stuck like that, it will wait for 60 seconds. Again, it will throw error. And again, these are configurable. You can change it. You can edit it as per your requirement. 60 seconds here by default. You can change it to 30 seconds. You can change it to 90 seconds. Okay. So,
Sandeep, pop-up means any pop-up. Like we don't have to spy it or we don't have to
no, yeah. We don't need
indicate
to.
it.
Huh. Any pop-up.
Like
Press a button.
sometimes,
Like
sometimes when
OK
we open,
button, what button you'll
Mhm.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Based on
okay.
that requirement, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sandeep,
If you do nothing means it will not do. If a
It
pop-up
will not
appears,
do
will not
anything.
do anything. Like
Hmm,
that.
hmm.
If you want to close it,
Uh,
just if you get something and it closes it will closes it. That's it. So like this, we have very advanced options. But for now, we can just for your information, I explained. And here it will select the it will generate this browser variable as output. Okay, the Microsoft Edge instance to use with web automation actions. Okay, so this is the first step you need to do. You can directly cannot use click action or anything like that. First, you need to launch it, and it will generate a browser variable. This browser variable will be used in subsequent actions like click on web page, set drop down, checkbox, like that. Okay. Yeah.
Sandeep,
Yes.
sorry, I joined in middle. Just tell me what is the context today you're explaining about?
A browser automation, Anil. Yeah.
Okay, okay, done,
Just
done,
we
done.
discuss switch action. Okay. Yeah, you can go
Okay,
through
okay,
recording. If you have any questions, we'll see in the next class.
okay,
Okay,
okay, done.
just we
Thank you.
started with the browser automation.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So I click
Yeah.
on save, and here I'm launching just a Google site. Okay. So if I click on run, it will launch a new session. You can see it has launched google.com, and this is a new session. Okay. This
Yes.
is about launch new Microsoft Edge. And here you can see browser instance, it has created a variable. Now we have this, we have launched one. Okay, let me run it again. Okay. So here now you can search, you can enter some text and click on this button like this. Suppose I want to search some, I want to enter here some text. Suppose I want to get Microsoft stock price. I want to search with Microsoft stock price and click on Google search. I'll enter here the text and click on Google search. So so what is the first step? We need to launch the google.com, and then we need to enter some text, right? So for to enter some text, we have actions. Like if you see here, whenever you expand this one,
Type into
yeah, no, type into action we don't have here. We have another type of action. Okay, so here once I expand this one, again we have expand option to for this web form filling. Okay, so here we have action called populate text field. Okay, so populate text field, if I see drag and drop, it is taking by default this browser. And if in our flow there are multiple browser actions, multiple launch new Microsoft Edge or something like that, it will show all the available browsers here. Okay, currently we have only one, so it is showing only one. You need to select the appropriate one. Okay, so here we have only one, so it is taken it by default.
So if you are working with two applications simultaneously, we can change the name, right? Application
Yeah,
and
we
application
can change.
something.
We can change. We can rename it as per our requirement.
Yeah, at the launch only we can rename it, right?
Ha.
Yeah,
While
okay.
creating only, we can create. I mean, rename it, or else even after creating also, if you go here, if you go to the flow variables, and here also we have that rename option.
Okay.
Okay. So here, suppose I want to enter some text. So this populate text field we have. So fill a text field in a web page with the specified text. Okay. So here I will use this populate text field on web page. And here you can see UI element. So where you want to enter the text. So you need to specify the UI element. So I'll click on, if I click on this option, it will show me an option add UI element. I'll click on add UI element, and here you can see you can hover on the element on which where you want to enter the text. And here it will provide some hint also. Left side you can see, hover the mouse over the UI element to capture until the frame appears around it. Then press Ctrl plus left click to add it here. So press Ctrl key and left click. You need to click on left click to select the UI element. So I've clicked on Ctrl plus left click on the UI element where I want to enter the text. Okay, now UI element it has selected. Okay, UI element is selected and here you can enter the text. So what you want to enter? So I want to search Microsoft stock price, for example. Okay, Microsoft stock price. And in advanced, we have, if some text is there already on that field, whichever field which we have indicated, we can replace the text or we can
Or
append
append
the
the text.
text. Okay. And we also have populate text using physical keystrokes. By default, this is enabled. Means, so how we enter one by one character from the keyboard, it will enter in the same way. Okay, if you disable this, it will enter at once. Okay, so it means emulating the physical keystroke. So how human does, like that, it will emulate the same way. If you want to unselect this, you can select unselect also. Unfocused text box after filling it. So once the text is entered, if you want to unfocus from that UI element, then by default this is also enabled. We have that option. Wait for page to load. So before entering the text, sometimes when we launch the URL, it will keep on loading, right? It will wait for that page to load, then only it will enter the text. Okay. And again, we have default timeout, that is 60 seconds. Okay. So these are the different options we have. On error we have here. We will see this, what is on error in the exception landing. For now, you can just ignore on error one. This will convert in the exception landing. Okay, so these are the different options we have. And if a pop-up again dialog appears, we have this same options. Click on save.
Sandeep, do you have any
Yeah.
modes to spy here? Only one mode? Like in Blue Prism, we have browser mode, UI mode, AA
No,
mode.
no, Anil, here there
Anil.
is not no any mode is not here. We just have to indicate, and then it's showing. So it's pretty
Okay.
easy. We don't have to do much complications like Blue Prism. It's pretty easy
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Okay. Done. And
Okay.
also append text you showed, right?
Yeah.
So even if we want to enter the slash to give a like folder name or something, that is also we should give, right? In
Yeah.
between after that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So after only it will write, right? So it's already
Yes,
a
yes.
text.
After the text only it will. Append means after whatever existing text is there, after that it will write it.
Okay, done. Thanks.
Okay. So if I run this, so what's our expectation? It will, I'll run it from here. It will
We'll just
launch
type
the URL and it will type the
Microsoft stock price.
text there. See, it has typed. Okay. And to search it, we need to click on Google search. So we need to use click action. Okay. So click activity we need to use. Okay. First we'll discuss, we'll take the notes of this. Launch new Microsoft Edge. It will launch the specified URL in the Microsoft Edge. Okay, if you want to use Chrome or some Firefox or other, you can use the related action. Launch new Chrome. Okay, like that we have the actions. Okay, and properties, major properties we have. Okay, so input we have input properties we have URL. Okay, so we have URL. So this is main property and the output is
Browser.
browser. Output is browser variable. Okay. Next, we have seen
Populate text field.
Yeah, populate text field. Okay. Populate text field on image. It will fill the text field. It will fill the text specified text. Okay. Populate text field on web browser. That's the action, right? On web page. Populate text field on web page.
And the text can be anything. It may be alphanumeric, case
Anything. It can be
sensitive. That
anything.
doesn't matter. Whatever I
Doesn't
am
matter.
writing.
Doesn't matter. It will enter the specified text in the specified UI element. Okay. So what are the properties we have? Input properties, what we have? UI element.
Indicating the UI element and then browser instance.
Yeah. Browser instance. Select the browser instance. Browser instance text, the input text. Okay. And we don't have any output on this. Okay. So because we are entering the text here, these are the main properties we have here. Okay. Next, we need to click. So we have action called press button. Press a web page button. Press button on web page. Okay. If you just drag slightly here like this, press button on web page. So our requirement is now to click on Google search. So I'm searching for related action in the browser automation. Okay. So press button on web page. This is suitable for my requirement. Okay. So you can see the browser, it is automatically taking. Okay. And UI element. So here you can see previously we didn't, when we tried, we didn't have any UI elements. Since we used one UI element, it is showing that particular UI element. If you select that one, it will show the image of that UI element also. Okay. Now we need to add another UI element because that Google search web UI element we didn't use. We are using it for the first time. Okay. Now I will indicate this one. Indicate this control plus left click. Okay. So you need to slowly go to the UI element and it will show the red highlight. It will highlight in the red, control left, and it will select it. Okay. And if by mistake you have selected it incorrectly, if by mistake you have selected it incorrectly, you can right click and delete also. Okay. So here you cannot delete. So here for now, I'll just select it. Here in the view, go to UI elements and it will show you the UI elements. And here input submit button, Google search. Here it is showing, you can see Google search. And here if you select this one, it will show the image here. And same here, it will show the image here. And if you want to see it in the maximize, you can see it. And if you observe, you have selected incorrect one. Just three buttons. You can edit the same one or else you can delete it and create a new add. You can create a new U element, add U element, and you can create a new one. And you can select that particular one. Okay. So these all options we have. You can delete the existing one and you can create the new one also.
Element only gets deleted, right? That action will be there, right?
Action will be there. It will only delete the element, UI element.
Okay.
Sandeep,
Okay.
can we use the dynamic variable?
Yeah, we can use it. Again, that's advanced topic. We will discuss that also later. First, we are initially looking at the basic one. Okay. So now let me run this. So what should happen now when I run it? It will launch the URL. It will search and it will click on search, Google search. Okay. It has clicked on Google search. Okay. And we didn't see the advanced properties which we have here. Let me check what we have here. Wait for page to load, same. Timeout web page 60 seconds, pop up. Some dialog appears. What to do with that? Okay. So press button on web page. On web page, it perform click action. It will press a web page button. Presses a web page button. It will press a web page button. And what are the properties we have? So only input properties we have. We don't have any output because this is input. We are providing the input here. So again, browser instance. You need to select the browser, appropriate browser instance, and UI element. On which button you want to click, perform that click action, you need to select that UI element. Okay. And you can see when we executed it, it has searched. Okay. Okay. So we have seen 3 actions in browser automation.
Sandeep, one question.
Yeah.
If I don't want to press search button, if I want to press enter directly after entering the sentence, whatever the word is.
Yeah, that we have here we don't have option. Yeah. But we have another action,
the
send keys action we have.
Yeah, that's
Send keys.
Mm.
So in this, you can enter the text, and after that you can insert special keys. Okay, like after you enter that, if you search, if you press on enter on your keyboard, it will search it, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
here
that's
you will
what.
have function keys. Like function keys we have. In the function keys, we have function search key miscellaneous. In miscellaneous, we have enter option. You need to select that and you need to enter the text and select it. So using send keys, we can perform that.
But this will act in both, right? It will enter the text and it will also click enter.
Yeah, it will also click enter. So once
Okay.
it enters the text, it will click on that. We'll see
Okay.
this action also. We have that option. Yeah.
Sandeep, if we'll
Yeah.
see the populate text field on web page, in the advanced, there is like in the advanced, there is populate text using physical keystrokes. So here we can't give no anything like enter, like, because
No,
it
no,
will
no.
also
Here it is only
use.
toggle button we have, right?
Okay, okay.
Okay. For this, so for that purpose only, we have send keys action. In
Okay.
real time, we use send keys also. We can use it. Okay. So whichever is comfortable, we can use that. No problem. Here we use 2 actions, and there in the 1 action only we can perform those. In one
बंद
action.
बंद कर बाहर बंद कर
Okay. Now we searched, we have seen click populate. Now I want to suppose extract this this stock value. Then we need to look for that appropriate action. So if we go to browser automation, this is web data form filling. Form filling means we are entering some data or performing some input action. So what are input actions? We have like entering the text, pressing on a button, selecting a checkbox, selecting a drop down value from the list. Like that we have, right? Okay, we'll see that also, the other actions. But now our requirement is to extract the date, the stock value. So here for that purpose, that comes under web data extraction. Extraction means we are extracting something from the browser here in the browser automation case. Okay. So get details of web page. This looks good for me. Get details of web page. Okay. So I will use this get details of web page action. Okay, I want to get web page text I want. Okay, see here you can see we can get different uh, we can get different description, we can get meta keywords, title of the web page, text we can get, source we can get, like this. Some URL address, current URL address also we can get. Okay, suppose if you want to get current URL address, what is this URL? Like that we have different options. But here in our case, what you want? We want only to get web page text. Okay, 1 second. I think this one is not this action. We have get details of element. Yeah, this one. Get details of element. So if you select the UI element, it will get the text from it. You can see here we have own text title, like this we have. If you select own text, it will get the text which we have indicated. Okay, so get details of element on web page. This action we have. So we need to go with this action. Okay, see what I'll do. I'll select the UI element now. Okay, so now I want to get this text. So this is the own text, right? Whatever element you are indicating, we are trying to get the own text. But we also have the other properties like title if you want, source link, href, exists or not, like this something. If you want to use that also, you can use it. But here we are trying to get only own text. Okay. And here you can provide proper variable output. So whatever value we are extracting, we need to store it in a variable, right? Okay. So I will give Microsoft stock price. So for now, you only focus on this text which we are extracting. We will see other properties also we have, right? We will see that in later. Okay, first focus on this, otherwise you'll get confused. So now our requirement is to get the stock value, the text which is present on the web page. You know, we want to extract that. Okay, so I have selected the UI element. Okay, now I want to display the value. Display message box result. The Microsoft stock price is this variable you need to select. Okay, click on save. That's it. So now if I run this, so what will happen? It will launch the URL, it will enter the text, it will press the buttons, it will search, and it will it will extract this value. Okay. So right click, run from here. See, the Microsoft stock price is 418.47. Okay.
Yes.
So like this, you need to look for the action that is suitable for our requirement. Okay, in this case, we have get details of element on web page.
Sandeep, I have a question. You're
Yeah.
using a word called web page, right? So will it action work on desktop
No,
applications
for
also?
desktop, we have the UI automation active actions. Here you can see UI automation actions. Same set of actions we have like browser automation, only couple of them will be here and there. And this is especially used for desktop applications. Here you can see data extraction, extract data from desktop applications from a single value like this. These all are related to desktop applications.
UI
So
automation.
for browser, we have browser automation pack. And for
Okay.
desktop application, we have UI automation pack.
Hmm.
Okay, so based on we are going in desktop or web, you need to go into the specific ones. And here you can see in the form filling, here also we have populate text field in a window, press button, like the similar actions. In data extraction also we'll have get details like that, which we have used now. Okay.
Yeah. Done. Thanks.
Okay, so now we are dealing with only browser. So I'm explaining them. Okay, so we have seen get details of web page also. Get details of element on web page. . get the value of an elements attribute on a web page. Okay, so it will get the value of an element attribute on a web page. So it will get the own text, also it will get the other properties. Okay, we'll see that. For now, we'll just focus on this one. So what are the properties we have here? Input, browser again, browser instance,
UI element and the attribute value.
yeah, UI element and attribute. Also, you need to select which attribute, like own text. Here we are getting own text. In other cases, we will use other properties. Okay, output we have the
The
value,
text base we have
text
attribute.
variable value. Okay, like this. Okay, so I will give you one task here now. Extract Tech Mahindra, Microsoft, and Wipro stock price. Okay, so these three you need to extract. Okay, you shouldn't do this for each and every uh, stock names I have provided. Like Tech Mahindra, you again do this 4 actions. I don't want that. So for this, I have explained only one, and I have given you three. So how you will do? You need to loop. Okay. So how you will do it? I'll leave it for you. I'll also give hint. Create a list and add these stock names and use loop to iterate and extract this stock prices. Okay. So work on this, you will understand how it works. So here you will use list concept, variables, looping concept, conditions you'll use, browser actions also you'll use. Okay, very important task this one. I request everyone to work on this. Okay, extract Tech Mahindra, Microsoft and Wipro stock prices. Okay. Next, we will see set drop down, all this. So where do we have this, in which web page we can see those? Railway. IRCTC, yeah.
Sandeep, I have one doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, when you open the desktop, actually there is a recorder option is also there, right? Recorder. So now actually we are placing one by one. Okay, whatever the required actions we are placing, we are drag drop on the canvas. Okay, but if we use recorder also, can we get same options exactly or any
It will get the
different
same
actions?
actions. It will get the same actions. It will,
Okay,
so recorder, how it works. Again, that is, we will discuss in further classes, but just overview I'm giving in, okay. So this is also, you'll just, if you just click on record and you need to just do the steps like web form filling. You'll open a URL, you'll enter some text. It will automatically, if you enter a text, it will automatically, okay, he's entering text to this person. So it has, this action should be, is relevant here. It will automatically give the steps to you.
okay,
If you're performing some click action, it will use a press button. And if you're doing some unnecessary actions, you will get those lists, right? You can edit, you can delete them and in the flow, and you can use it. You can
Okay,
configure them
okay.
later. Once you get any unnecessary actions, you can work on that. Again, that we'll discuss in the recording.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So what I was discussing.
Drop down.
Yeah. This drop down, we have some actions, right? So here you can see we have checkbox. Okay. We have checkbox and we have a drop down. Okay. So I'll explain those two actions. So tell me, what is the first step? We need to launch the URL, right? So this one browser 2. So in general, we'll give it some meaningful name, but here I'm leaving it as it is. Okay, now my requirement is to select Tatkal from this option and to select train with available. Okay, these two options I want to select because this is checkbox and this is
drop down.
drop down.
Drop down.
Okay, yeah. So here in browser automation, web form filling, we have actions specific to drop down and radio button. Okay, checkbox we have radio button. Again, it's a different concept. Okay, you can work on that. So wherever it is present, I'll give you one web page in the next class. You can work on this one. But for now, we have checkbox and set drop down. So I will use set. Okay, first we will use set drop down. So I'll select. So here you can see it is showing the two options because we have two browser instances. So you need to select browser 2. Okay. And here you need to again create UI element, add UI element,
But the
and
flow is different, right? There are two subflow, so
yes.
it will
But as
also
I
keep
said, those
the
variables will be available across desktop flow.
okay. Okay, it comes under the main,
Ah,
right?
ah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now drop down from this. Okay, I didn't select it properly. I'll click.
If we are doing some large flow, then rename is much required. I think.
Yes. Naming it properly is required. Yeah, that's what you can name it. Suppose this one, this browser one, you can rename it to like some stock stock name browser because we are dealing with some stocks. Okay.
So when
And
we
this
name
one,
in the middle, whatever, wherever we pass
wherever
this
it is using, it
element,
will be changed. It will be changed.
change, right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
here railway browser because we are dealing with railway website. Okay. Now you can see its meaningful name is there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So here I think I might have selected the UI element incorrectly. So I'll go to the UI elements and here I'll delete this. So if I delete this, the action which I'm using, it will show invalid. So you need to go back here again and you need to click on add UI element and you need to select it properly again. Okay, control. Now the entire option is selected properly. Control left click. That's it. Okay. So click clear all options. So operations, what all operations you can do is you can clear all the options or you can select a option by name or you can select option by index. So first option, second option, like that. So here I will select the option by name. So what we want to select here? Tatkal. TATKL. Proper name you should provide. It should exist in that, or else it will throw error. Okay. And here we also use regular expressions. That is advanced one. For now, you can leave it. Okay.
And it is
So
also case sensitive, I think.
yes, it is case sensitive. Okay. And again, these same options we have. Click on save. So now if I run this, it will open in the new session and it will select the option which I have given. This doesn't contain option Tatkala. Why it doesn't contain? It contains, right? Okay, it opened in different, no.
I think it is not selecting because journal is also a category, right?
No,
I
no,
think
no.
we need to click on the arrow mark.
No, let my suggestion is like whenever we are opening it, Sandeep, we should
Maximized state.
maximize
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
because it's a responsive
Ha,
site,
ha,
and
ha.
that's why
Yes.
it's not taking it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Let's try it in maximized because we given identified it in maximized. Yeah, that's the importance of this. We have identified it in maximized and we are trying to select that element in some not full screen, right? So it was not able to identify, I think. Let's see. Again, it has thrown error. No, it has selected. It is still working, huh? It has highlighted. Again, it's throwing error. Let's try by
I
option.
think, yeah, I think we
Let's
need to
try by
click the
index.
mark.
It is having some other text, I think. Let's see. Let's select by index. Let's give some 5 and see which option it selects.
Is it working on the same instance or it's opening a new instance?
New instance.
I mean, earlier instance is closing or not?
No, it will not close. So this one, I think there is some issue. This is not supporting or something like that, I
Sandeep,
think.
no, no,
Okay,
Sandeep,
okay. I
better go
think this
to
one.
inspect element.
Ha ha
Inspect.
ha. No, I
Go.
think this one, see some options, even though if they are drop downs, but sometimes what happens is uh, we need to perform click action, like click on this and
Yes,
select click
first
on
we
like
need to
that.
click.
Some actions will
Yeah.
happen like that.
First click and then select. Okay.
Then like that. Again, use click option to select like that. It happens sometimes.
Or maybe if we
Yeah.
can, suppose if we, uh, like in the drop down, there are options, and we can indicate those options, those list, and from that list we can select.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use click action.
Mm.
And in there again, you can use another click action to select from that also. Yeah,
Okay.
these cases happens even when I was working
Yes.
some drop down elements, but
Drop
that
downs are
drop
tricky.
But
down action
but
tricky
it will
ones.
work
Yeah.
only if there is
Sandeep,
only
so
three or more option. If there is 20 option, then we need to click
No, it's not
more
like
to
that. We
drag
have
down.
no. That depends upon the element again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
see,
not like three,
so
four.
so here we have a element, right? Attribute should be the name and a some variable name, something like that in the attributes, right? So how do we pass over here if we have to click that Tatkal options after clicking onto the drop down?
What attribute you want to give? Here we have option, right, to
See,
select
here we
value.
have option, but that is not working. When we have to click manually after clicking
Hmm.
on the drop down options, so we have to pass some parameter, right? It should go to the Tatkal options and select.
Yeah, click option we can use, right? Click
Yeah, but click
use click.
options, we can't select every options, right? We have to provide some
No,
parameters.
it will work. It will work. Click.
It is just clicking on that
Uh,
drop down, and then
Drop
the
down and
options
again it
will
will
be
select from
displayed.
the click.
See, I want to use the same options for the all drop down options, right? To select all the options. So it should work as per the input. When I'm passing the Tatkal, you should select Tatkal. if I have to
Yes, I agree.
pass.
Got it. You can
Yeah.
pass it from the variable.
Yeah,
That is
that's
again
good.
a
Okay.
advanced concept that we'll discuss. That is UI element advanced one. Dynamic, that is again
Yes.
comes under dynamic one. That
Yeah.
we'll discuss. That this is just a basic one, right? So let's not get into that. We will discuss that. I will explain. We have that is part of the agenda.
Okay.
Dynamic value passing into that variable.
Do we have a fuzzy as well over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what a dynamic. That all comes under this one. Okay.
Okay.
So that all comes under dynamic one. Okay, so you guys can see here we have this sign up option, right? These are very base straightforward actions only. I request you to in here we have this sign up for login or register like this. And here you can provide your details. We have different options we have. So I request you to work on this one. See in here in personal details, you will have drop down here we have. You try this action drop down with this action. Okay. See here you have right India, select the country. Here it might work. You try it. And here checkbox you can checkbox action you can use here like this. And again you have different drop down. You can just practice the actions here. Okay. So here we have checkbox. Again will see if you have anything. Yeah. Here you can see in the personal details you can provide your personal details using popular text field. You can fill this form for your practice purpose. Okay. For a practice purpose, you can go to the IRCTC website, click on registration, and try to use this different actions we have. See, for example, we have set checkbox. Okay. So what you'll do here? You just need to uh, select the browser. UI element you will indicate that you know how to do it. Checked or unchecked. If you want to uncheck also, we can uncheck. If you want to uncheck the already checked one, that also option also we have. Okay, if you want to check it, you can select the check option. That's it. Click on save. Okay, request you to work on set check box, select radio button. If you get anywhere radio button, you can work on this radio button. Radio button means you know, right? Like mail, radio buttons will be there, right? You need to select that radio button.
Yes,
See,
yes.
checkbox means a tick button will have. Radio button means like this it will show. Here by the picture you can understand. And set drop down. By picture you can
Do
understand.
we have a element exist over here?
Yeah, we have. If web page contents is there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's something like element
Wait
exists.
for web page content.
Yeah, wait for web page. It will wait for that element to
Hmm.
appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, this we'll discuss in the next class. But for now, I request you to work on this page, IRCTC one. Okay, you can get it right, or else should I provide the URL? You
No,
can
no,
get it.
it's quite easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite easy. You just need to go to the IRCTC and click on register and just try to give your own details and try to see how it's working each and every action. And if you have any challenges, we'll look into it. And also, I request you to work on the main task. I have given the right list. I've given 3 stock names and I asked you to extract the stock values of those 3 in a loop. I have given you the hint of see. Yeah,
Yeah.
here we have the
Radio button.
radio button also. So I request you to everyone to start with basic details, click on continue. The bot should perform all this. Username, password, confirm password, all this you need to fill it. And it has to at last click on the address. And you can leave it, the submission you can leave it, but you can see how it's working. It will be a good practice for you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, 2 tasks I have given. So work on it.
Sandeep, is there something for capture also here?
CAPTCHA, I think we don't have, I think. Yeah, but first try this one. If you try to use get, but each time it will change it, right? You try with the get details of the web page. Try to get text and enter the CAPTCHA here using popular text. See, get text, you will get that activity we have seen, right? Get.
I mean, OCR
what is this?
activities are there to do that. We
Yeah,
can
OCR
use.
activities we have here. OCR. If you select here
To
with
read
OCR,
captcha.
OCR engine we have.
Okay, computer
If text
vision.
on screen, wait for text, extract text with OCR.
Okay. We can try.
Okay. So work on these two tasks. We will see. In the next class, we'll discuss the other actions in the browser automation. Okay. Yeah.
Sandeep, I'm really sorry. Actually, electricity got cut out. I was asking you about the captcha. So for now, we don't have anything for captcha, right?
I didn't work on that, but I will
Mm-hmm.
investigate. I don't want to give some random answer. I want to
understand.
be sure on
Yeah.
that. I will try it once, but you also try it
Mm-hmm.
once. You'll be
Okay.
able to
Okay.
see using get that action we have seen, right? My stock price we have used one action, right? Get
Mm-hmm.
from web page. You try to use
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that output variable
And
try
then
to
next
pass
step.
it and see if it's working or not. Huh?
Anchal,
Sure.
I asked about OCR, so we have OCR activities also. You can try that also if you want.
Yeah,
With the
but no,
OCR.
don't wait, Anil.
Okay.
Don't recommend those
I think
advanced one.
the
You'll get
advanced
confused.
one.
Let's
Yeah,
start one by one.
yes.
Okay.
You
But
go
we
one
should
by one.
go with
Don't
the
go.
basic actually.
Else
Some people,
everyone get confused.
even I also doesn't know how to use OCR. So
No, that is advanced topic. That's not required for now. In advanced one, we'll
I
discuss them.
I
Okay.
truly understand, Sandeep, but I have a fair idea of OCR because I am
Yeah,
working on.
anyone who is having idea, they can go
So
ahead
I
and
will try. I'll
play
try
it.
with both the things and will let you know.
Okay, fine. Okay, guys, we will conclude it here today, and in the coming weekdays, we will plan couple of sessions. We will let you know.
Tuesday and Thursday, no?
No. Tuesday I'll be traveling.
Okay.
I have to go to the client place, and yeah. So we will let you know.
Okay. Okay. No
Okay.
issues.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I will share the notes, and you can get the task from that. Task I didn't mention this one, so you might remember. I think. I
Yeah.
will. We'll see. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Sandeep,
Thank
Bye.
you.
have a very good night.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sandeep. Bye.